So absolutely everybody has reviewed Snow White, so I thought I'd do a short review. I saw it in a large cinema, and there was only me, a little boy at the back who gave it a standing ovation, and a girl probably about 11, and the little boy's parents. And that was it. So you can kind of tell what people are thinking about it. I had been told that it wasn't as bad as the reviews, and so I went along to see it, but honestly, it's not really worth seeing. It has none of the charm of the fairy tale. It doesn't have any thematic depth. And while it might be an okay children's film, it's not as good a children's film as many other children's films. I mean, when people make a children's film, they often make it to appeal to adults as well. Shrek, a lot of the old cartoon Disneys, or Chicken Run, or Shaun the Sheep. Lots of these children's movies are actually quite entertaining for adults. But this, while it might appeal to some children, I don't think it'll be a classic children's film. The themes of Snow White are just totally ignored, like jealousy, fear of aging, treachery, and narcissism and false friendliness, and really the poisonous envy that the evil queen has for her stepdaughter.
Look.
I would have liked to have seen more of an exploration of the toxic relationship between the evil queen and Snow White. Now, it's been a bit of a box office flop. It's not going to make its money back. I'm not surprised, obviously, with the reshoots and everything and the problems with the lead actress, Rachel Zegler. Now, I think we hit here on one of the main problems of the film. Rachel Zegler, she doesn't have the charm in this role to carry it. She's a very charmless Snow White. She's, you can see her acting, and you can see her trying to act nice, and she can't really pull it off. She does a bit of sassy, okay, but she just isn't likable to watch. And it's not just because of the really kind of silly things and silly comments that she's made, and rather sort of demonstrating herself as a quite unlikable, very arrogant character. Well, that's how she comes across. In the film, she doesn't come across like that, but you can see her. The acting's really getting pulled out of her, and she's just not right for the character at all. The love story is in there, but it's not as big a feature as it is in the original. It's not terrifically believable. The chemistry isn't great. Gal Gadot's performance as the evil queen, well, she looks beautiful, but she's not a terrific singer, and she doesn't do evil queen very well. There's not much complexity. There's not. It's a bit hammy at times.
Pies are luxuries. They don't need luxuries.
I mean, compare the performance to Charlize Theron's evil queen. My favourite character was the prince, or Dopey the dwarf. They've got these CGI dwarfs. That caused a bit of a storm as well because they didn't cast real small sized actors. As well as the acting being not very adequate, it's kind of overstuffed with really bad songs. They're not catchy. And so that's a wee bit, and it's really bloated with them. And they replace the story because the story's so thin, they just don't give it a story. The small bits that they do put in, they rush through, like the romance, it's just rushed. Or any of the themes, rushed again. So it's very stitched together and then just padded out with really bad songs. Also, they could have made it much more scary. The original didn't shy away from that as much. Or maybe they could have made it funny. Snow White's costume is horrible. It's kind of like they bought it at a party store for Halloween. It's cheap and it's not very, it's not the sort of thing you would expect. It's such a golden opportunity to do something interesting. Fairy tales are great. I mean, look at Once Upon a Time. You could potentially have done something pretty interesting with this, or even adapt it quite faithfully, but you would have to pull out the themes and I think you would need a complete recast. I don't want to give the impression it's absolutely shocking, walk out of the cinema, storm out, super political or anything. It's not these things, it's just kind of dull and a complete wasted opportunity. I mean, you compare it with something like Wicked that came out last year. Wicked was terrific, a really good film, really lifted with the performances and the cinematography. It was that kind of garish cinematography but it was a really good film with good songs and great performances and emotion imbued into the characters, even though it was aimed at a young audience. But Snow White, it'll be a lesson perhaps. Anyway, Snow White, I would say it's maybe a 1 out of 5, maybe a 2 out of 5. It's maybe a 1.5 out of 5.